Right now, firefighters evacuate a Northern Virginia high-rise as flames spread from floor to floor. How crews saved lives in this incredibly dangerous.
The police alert students and faculty overnight that 3 people were robbed near the heart of campus. And right now, the suspect is still out there.
Plus, President Trump tells Americans stay tuned.
Your side. This is NBC 12 News Today.
All right, obviously we have another busy morning today, but the whole team is ready to go.
Yes, we are, and we want to begin with Andrew with a check on that forecast. Another hot one out there today.
Another hot day. It'll be sunny. You'll notice a little difference. There'll be some high, thin clouds. This is what it looks like right now. Gorgeous looking sunrise underway. Sun comes up in about 12 minutes here. Some usable sunlight for you to enjoy as we speak. Down to 60, but it's a really warm 60. This is southwesterly breeze. For this time of year, the low temperatures are typically down around 50, so we're much warmer than average. How about the Tri-Cities, Colonial Heights, Petersburg, and VSU at Ettrick? You're at 64 or 65 degrees. We've got that in the west end of Henrico. Our cool spot, Goochland, at 61 degrees. So on the way in, riding your bike in this morning, walking in this morning, taking transit, you're just loving it. Driving in, maybe got the windows down as the temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s by 8 o'clock in the morning. A warm and dry commute. No rain coming down on the way in. On the way home, same deal, but hot. 91 at 4 o'clock, same deal at 5. It's just hot and dry. The chance of rain is relatively low, and it's not going to be that sticky. The humidity level not that bad. With a lack of humidity, we don't need any thunderstorms. It's going to be a dry but hot day today. It's going to make a run at a record.
All right, Andrew, had an accident out in Chesterfield at the intersection of Ivy Mill and River Road. The crash has since cleared. No residual delays. We are clean and green through this intersection. Had another one working 64 eastbound at mile marker 208. That's as you're heading out towards Talliesville. It was on the shoulder. The crash has since cleared. And as you can see, we're still clean and green. No residual delays with that one. And we had a quick live look here, I-95 near Route 10. We are picking up some volume on that southbound side, heading out towards that Chester Hill.
This is breaking news from NBC 12.
Breaking news, an Amtrak train heading to D.C. has derailed, and now that is impacting the morning commute.
Service is partially suspended along the northeast corridor. I want to get straight to Kelly Avellino in the First Alert Center. Kelly.
Well, here's what I know so far. The Amtrak freight train went off the rails last night in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. That's according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. The accident is now impacting schedules for SEPTA and Amtrak. You're looking at a live picture there of about where the train went off the tracks. The last 2 cars of the 88-car train, again, fell off the tracks. One of those cars that overturned was carrying stones. No one was hurt, thankfully. Amtrak suspended the northeast corridor line between Washington and Philadelphia. SEPTA has suspended service on the Wilmington-Newark regional rail line, but extra passenger trains, we are told, will be helping out. So definitely check schedules before you leave. Eric?
And we'll be checking back with you for more on this breaking news story, Kelly. Thanks. We're also following breaking news from overnight out of Northern Virginia. We've just learned from NBC Washington that 2 firefighters and a civilian are in the hospital after this high-rise fire in Alexandria. The fire started in a 9th floor unit at the Sentinel at Landmark Complex and then spread to a 10th floor unit. Falling debris also started a smaller fire on a 1st floor balcony. Now, thankfully, everyone made it out safely and the fire is just about out. We'll be sure to keep an eye on this throughout the morning and let you know if there are any new developments. These pictures certainly telling a devastating story there.
Okay, and thank you, Eric, for that. Meanwhile, take a look at this back here at home. VCU police sent out this warning overnight. It went to students and faculty. It says 3 people were robbed and that this happened just blocks away from the heart of campus. So we're told it happened around Lombardi and Grace Street. That's where we find our Alex Whitler. She is live with the very latest. Alex.
Good morning, Sarah. That's surely a startling situation for those victims. We're told that it happened around 1:45 and that robber demanded that those people handed over everything that they had. Now, one of those people did comply. They did hand over some cash, and the suspect ran away from campus. Thankfully, though, none of the victims were hurt in the incident. The thief didn't use any weapons to intimidate them. And as of so far, police don't have a clear suspect description, but they are still actively investigating this incident. If you do have any information that could lead police to a suspect, you're urged to give them a call. We're on your side live in Richmond. Alex Whitler, NBC 12 News.
Okay, hopefully we get some tips. Thank you, Alex. Here at home, we're also following a crime alert out of Midlothian. Chesterfield police want to know if you recognize this alleged thief. Look at the close-up as we zoom in. We're told she got away with $259 worth of goods from the Midlothian Walmart. That's over kind of just past Chesterfield Town Center. Officers say she loaded up a shopping cart, pushed it out of the store to a Toyota SUV with Virginia tag reading VKK 4560. If you know who this person is, call police.
Right now in Petersburg, the mandatory water restriction is still in place. It was supposed to be lifted at midnight, but we have not heard anything yet from the city. The restriction is because of a water main repair, so until it's fixed, only use water for bathing and drinking. And we also want to be clear, this is not a boil water advisory.
And breaking overseas this morning, 3 U.S. citizens detained in North Korea could soon be released.
Kelly Avellino is in the First Alert Center tracking the latest developments here. And Kelly, is this a done deal?
Not yet. It is not set in stone, but here is what I know right now. An official close to this situation tells CNN that the release of these 3 American men is imminent. Now let's bring up the pictures of those detainees who have been held there for months in labor camps. One was arrested accused of spying on North Korea. The other 2 men were accused of carrying out hostile acts against the regime. Both were professors at a private university at the capital, one of them teaching rice growing to help North Koreans feed themselves. President Trump tweeted out last night, quote, "As everybody is aware, the past administration has long been asking for 3 hostages to be released from a North Korean labor camp, but to no avail. Stay tuned." Now, the president's potential meeting with Kim Jong-un could happen as early as this month in a neutral country. We're hearing perhaps Singapore. We are going to be continually tracking this story as it develops this morning and certainly bringing you any updates. We hope you guys get home soon, Sarah.
Absolutely watching this very closely for us. Thank you, Kelly. This evening in Richmond's South Side, family and friends will come together. They're honoring the memory of an 80-year-old man brutally beaten to death. A prayer vigil for Johnny Battle starts at 6:30 near his home on Decatur Street. According to court records, Michael McReynolds, the man accused of killing the elderly man, was on court-ordered supervision when he was arrested last weekend. McReynolds is charged with malicious wounding, but police say more charges are pending. We're told everyone is invited to tonight's vigil. Johnny Battle's funeral is Saturday afternoon at 1 at Florida Baptist Church. And in a few hours, the Chesterfield Economic Development Authority will hold a special meeting and they'll discuss the controversial Matoaca mega site. Homeowners made it loud and clear at several public meetings they do not want this to happen. Chesterfield County is hoping to attract a large industrial manufacturing company with a 1,600-acre site. This morning's meeting starts at 8:30, just a few hours from now, and it comes following backing from state lawmakers who say they stand with the homeowners. Weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We've had a nice little stretch here, Andrew.
Yeah, it's been a nice little hot day yesterday. We'll do it again today. Look at this gorgeous sunrise. 6:07 right now. The sun's going to come up over the horizon in the next 5 minutes or so. It's going to be a gorgeous sunrise. We get just a little high thin cloud cover out there, and it's really warm. Matthews, mid-60s, dipping their toes in the waters of the Chesapeake Bay in Matthews right now. 64 Midlothian, Mechanicsville at Cold Harbor Elementary on the JES WeatherNet. It's 63, way up above average. Now also super high pollen count. Today and tomorrow we're going to continue with super high levels. The oak pollen is showing up as well as grass pollen out there, and that's something I want to take a picture of. This came in via Twitter. This is from Lenora. She said, yeah, you told us that yellow pollen was going to be out here. Now what's this stuff? And if you've seen this piled up all over the place, that's your oak trees. They're called affectionately oak tags, so it's oak tag season. You got to clean that up now. 100% chance of going outside for recess today. We're going to have a high temperature up around 90, 91, maybe 92, potential record-setting. A-plus dry, sunny morning in the mid-60s, and a B afternoon. Took down a grade because it's going to be way hotter than average, up near the record today, but dry and sunny. Eric, over to you.
Andrew, I'm here in the Call 12 Center with volunteers from Radio 1 at Richmond Parks and Rec. They are here to take your pledgers right now to help send a kid to camp. It's that time of year. We're looking toward the summertime, and this is always a program that we support. Their goal is to help these kids have a safe and structured environment this summer. This gives kids who might not otherwise get this opportunity a chance to learn about all art and culture and take field trips and just really have lots of fun and interact with new people. So the number to call is 345-1212, and any amount that you can give will help send a kid to an area camp. And these all morning long. Let's get these phones ringing. We want to keep them busy while they're here all morning. We'll certainly appreciate it.
Nothing quite like summer camp. Thank you, Eric. Well, forced to pose topless and then forced to escort strange men to a nightclub. That's what several Redskins cheerleaders say the team forced them to do. It's in a bombshell New York Times article. Coming up, what some cheerleaders who didn't talk to the Times are now saying and the response from the Redskins front office. Plus, it's never a good idea to leave a child alone in the car. We know that it can be deadly this time of year. Still ahead, the reason one baby girl will one day thank
Sarah, the two accidents that we were following, they've since cleared up, but we're picking up a little bit of volume on 95. I'll tell you where to avoid coming up after the break. Weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We're starting with this live look here. I-95 near Boulevard. That's at mile marker 78. Headlights here heading southbound as we're heading out towards Belvedere. No major issues there. You're good to go northbound heading out towards the Bryant Park interchange. And Andrew, we're accident free right now, so we're in pretty good shape. 95, 64, 295, and even down towards Petersburg.
Dry roads out there. It's on the warm and pleasant side. Feeling pretty good if you're out for a morning stroll. Now, we are going to get 2 more days of heat. We hit 91 yesterday. Didn't feel like a Richmond 91 feels like 95 or 96 with humidity. We didn't have any humidity yesterday. And today and tomorrow we'll get a little bit, but it's not going to be brutal. We start in the mid-60s on the JES WeatherNet computers. We head up to 90 today. New York goes to 80. D.C. set records yesterday for heat. We were 1 away from it, and the heat's staying now in the central and middle portion of the country. Chicago and Minneapolis cooling off a bit. They've had some severe weather outbreaks on the backside of this heat. For us, stays dry. 91 for the high today. Sun is up the next minute or two. 78 at 10 in the morning, 90 at 3, 87 at 7 o'clock. This is a warm day. So here's the difference yesterday versus today. A little more cloud cover, not much. A bit more wind. It'll be, I think, a breezy day. Southwesterly breeze at about 15, could gust to 20. That's different. And there'll be a touch more humidity. But I don't think it's going to feel that uncomfortable for a hot day. 63 tonight, another warm one. And then here's a jump ahead to Saturday. I know a lot of us have outdoor plans on Saturday, and it's so tough because we have had all this dry weather during the week. Now, as we head to the weekend, there's a rain chance. I think there could be a shower in the morning Saturday, but as you can see all this green on the map here at 5 o'clock, I think there's a better chance at some scattered showers and potentially rumbles of thunder Saturday into the afternoon. And then the rain chance keeps going until Sunday, through the day on Sunday. Sunday, the rain chance is quite high, 60%, and kind of going up on us. So you'll notice there's sort of this pulse in the rain chance on this line graph. Friday, tomorrow, the rain chance is tiny, and it's at night. 50-50 for rain Saturday, 60% Sunday. We're trending up here as we get closer to the weekend. And the rain chance diminishes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Looking fine. This is the opposite way you draw a rain graph if you wanted to enjoy a dry weekend. So the best rain chance comes this weekend. And that's also when we go back to average. After 2 potential record-setting dry and hot days today in the low 90s, we go back into the 70s for highs this weekend. And I think next week looks more normal than this week we're in right now. Highs next week in the 70s. Eric, over to you.
All right, Andrew, thanks. The Redskins are coming under fire this morning following a bombshell article by the New York Times that claims the team's cheerleaders were required to serve as escorts and pose topless. The reports detail a 2013 trip to Costa Rica. The Times accounts how Redskins officials collected cheerleaders' passports and then allowed all male sponsors to watch a topless photo shoot. 9 of the 36 cheerleaders on the trip were also allegedly hand-picked by sponsors to serve as escorts to a nightclub. Many of the cheerleaders on the trip who didn't talk to the Times told NBC Washington that the article is highly exaggerated. The Redskins issued a statement saying each Redskin cheerleader is contractually protected to ensure a safe and constructive environment.
There was also a tense police standoff that ended in a barn explosion in Connecticut. It injured 7 people. Kelly Avellino's in our First Alert Center. Kelly, what led up to this?
Well, Sarah, I first want to show you this brand new video here. You could see an overhead drone shot of that incredible blast there. That is a farm right next to the house where there was a standoff going on for hours. Now, more than 6 officers and possibly a civilian were hurt here. And again, this police standoff with a man who took his wife hostage in his own home. That house in North Haven, Connecticut, near Yale University. Police held the man at bay for hours, but he refused to communicate with officers. Shortly after the SWAT team got on scene, a huge explosion could be felt from the barn, rocking the property, and neighbors nearby, they felt their home shake. A nearby hospital is treating up to 8 officers with non-life-threatening injuries. But as soon as we learn more about what caused this explosion, I'll certainly let you guys know. Sarah?
Hopefully they're healing quickly. Thank you, Kelly. An officer is also being praised for his life-saving heroics after he found a baby girl inside a hot car. It all started when Officer Wormuth found a man lying face down in a grassy area of Prince George's County, Maryland. The man had a car key fob on him, but the officer just could not find the car. Hours later, Officer Wormuth heard music coming from a parked car. When he got there, he found a baby girl in the back seat.
So please God, let this child be alive. Head was forward. She was either sleeping or had passed, and I could see her chest begin to rise.
Can you imagine the moment of relief there? The officer was able to reach the child's mother and grandmother. They took the child home. She's okay. Investigators say the unresponsive man was a family member taking care of the baby. He's been charged with reckless endangerment and also leaving a child unattended.
You can hear the emotion in his voice, understandably so.
Yeah, glad it worked out the way it did.
Well, this morning, we have an On Your Side alert about a popular beauty trend.
Yeah, ladies, pay attention. Before you try microblading for your eyebrows, you're going to want to hear this one woman. Her warning after a trip to the salon landed her. And Call 12 lines are open right now. Radio 1 and Richmond Parks and Rec are teaming up to camp. Call 345-1212 and help out this great cause.
Let's get those phones ringing, and we want to go live outside right now. This is from our Sky 12, live over Brook Road, near 295 and Glen Allen. A beautiful Thursday morning. Temperatures going to soar again today. Humidity just a little bit higher, but we're still talking about a We're going to go into commercial break now, but we will not leave you completely, as Super Screen 12 will be there for you with your live forecast and your drive time right there on the screen throughout the commercial.
We're taking a live look with Sky 12. This is here heading towards Glen Allen. So we've got this live look here over Brook Road, heading out towards 295 and 95. You can see no major problems on the road. Super light this morning. So good to go out in Glen Allen. Thank you, Sky 12, this morning for your movement. That was right in this area. I've circled it for you here on our traffic map. We have an accident just rolling in here at Clarkson Road and Clarkson Court. I don't think this should slow you down too much. We are still clean and green in this area. So other than that, no major issues. This is 64 West across the Chaco Valley Bridge. Andrew, one of our hot spots, but right now it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're like, hey, speaking of cool, I got something cool for you. So this is Penelope here. Penelope's on her way into school, drives her own little vehicle around, and she's got the right idea. Short sleeves, sunglasses. That is how you should dress today. It is going to feel like the middle of summer, except for we don't have any summer humidity. Best of the weather brought to you by Call Federal. Hey, hop on NBC12.com, click the Send It to 12 link, and send us in photos. We need more summery pictures to put into the hopper. We'd love to see them. You can send them to me other ways as well, via Facebook or email. You can do that as well. Look at that blue sky with a little high, thin cloud cover. Sun's up over the horizon. That sun's going to be going to work as we head through the day today. Richmond's temperature is at 60, but a lot of us right now have numbers that are in the mid-60s. 65 or so, I think, is what a lot of us will be doing about 7 in the morning. Look at where we go this afternoon. Lunchtime, mid-80s. That's your noon temperature. No rain, barely any clouds. And the afternoon high temperature at 91. The record today, 92. I could see us tying or setting a record. We'll keep an eye on that. But a really hot day. We'll do it again tomorrow. We're tracking weekend rain coming up. Eric?
All right, thanks very much, Andrew. Well, today a judge is set to hear evidence on whether a drug possession charge against actress Rose McGowan should go forward. McGowan wants to have the charges against her dismissed. She has suggested the drugs may have been planted by agents hired by disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. McGowan was among the first actresses to accuse Weinstein of sexual assault. Authorities say cocaine was found in a wallet McGowan accidentally left behind on a flight to Dulles International Airport in January of 2017.
And you've probably seen the videos on Facebook, Instagram. Eyebrow microblading is one of the hottest new beauty trends, but one woman has a warning for anyone considering it. Not long after Jennifer went to a salon for microblade treatment, the redness, pain, and swelling started setting in. Her situation got worse, and pretty soon she was in urgent care.
I was terrified. I didn't, my face is swelling up, my eyes are closing. I'm thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. And
this is potentially life-threatening if not treated, because what's right behind here? Sinuses. What do the sinuses communicate? Boom, they go right to the brain.
And you think about it, this is on your face here. Jennifer spent 3 days in the hospital. Thankfully, she's doing much better this morning. Doctors say cases like hers could happen. It's because of an allergic reaction to the ink used in the treatment. Also, we want to mention microblading about $700.
Number 12 on your side alert this morning.
More than 35,000 pounds of ground beef at Kroger stores right here in Virginia is being recalled. So next at 6:30, we'll tell you what was found in that.
Right now, investigators are going through the scene of a deadly military plane crash in Georgia. Still ahead, the reason the crash site could be closed off for weeks.
And let's take a look outside this car following what's kind of your trip, and everything is on time. Effects. We'll leave you with Super Spring 12 here. A nice 60-degree current temperature. That number going up again today. Candace is watching your drive time forecast for you on all the roads around Virginia.